Welcome back to the Essentially You podcast. I am your host, Dr. Marisa Snyder, and I'm here to help you rock your hormones and feel great in your body so that you can reclaim more energy, vitality, and joy and become the CEO of your health. Let's jump on in. How challenging is it for you to say no and end up disappointing the people in your life? There are definitely times where I find it extra hard. And it can be so hard to let the people in your life down, even if it means sacrificing ourselves in the process. See, we live in a society where we are meant to feel guilty for so much. Now, I grew up where guilt was literally currency in my family, especially during this time of the year. But what if we just stop feeling guilty, especially for the things that matter most to our mental and emotional well-being? Whoever you are and whatever you need, one thing that doesn't fall under the umbrella of being nice to yourself is feeling guilty about your choices. Whether it's something heavy, like having to distance yourself from a toxic friend or family member, or something that happens all the time, like not cooking at home at all this week. It's important to own your choices and try not to beat yourself up for them. Now, today, I wanted to compile a list of things that you don't need to feel guilty about ever. And one of the reasons why I was excited for this episode is I was looking forward to creating a short episode. And let me tell you, I do not feel guilty for how short this episode is going to be today. So without further ado, here is a list of things that we don't need to feel guilty about ever again. Starting with leaving a job or project or organization that is draining the life out of you. Not checking your email. Your living situation, binging on a show on Netflix or HBO Max. We literally just did this with White Lotus Sicily. Your career goals, your personal life choices, your imperfections, because we all know that you are imperfectly perfect. Declining a phone call or a DM or even a text message. Sending someone a late response. Doing what is best for you despite what others are saying. Saying no to things and or people that simply aren't serving you anymore. Sleeping in. Asking for your needs to be met. Your dreams and aspirations. Your spiritual beliefs. Removing someone from your life. Splurging on something you have really been wanting. Taking a break from social media. And most importantly, setting boundaries and sticking to them. Now, in that list, as you just heard it, were there things that made you a little bit uncomfortable? Or maybe some things that made you feel like it was a whole body yes. Now, for me, a couple things that make me a little bit uncomfortable was sleeping in. Not that I get to do that anymore because of our toddler who just turned 2 years old. And then also removing people from my life. Those are definitely things that make me a little bit uncomfortable. But I know that when I stretch into those, and really take care of me first and foremost, that man, it feels so much better. So if there were some things that you were a full body yes to, amen to that. I hope that you are stretching into some of these in this season and into 2023, because at the end of the day, your mental and emotional well-being is what matters the most, so that you really get to show up for the people that matter most to you. So as always, thank you so much for joining this episode on the Essentially You podcast. If you loved these little tips today, be sure to subscribe and even review the show. That way we get more women listening in on the podcast so they can help to become the CEO of their health. Until the next episode, have an amazing day.